shader compilation in progress? Are you kidding me? We had it last time. Anyways, despite that little bummer, if you already noticed it, my name is Jabez, I'm a god of Barista, and welcome to my new stream video, whenever you're watching this. Today a little more adorable, like pretty much every Tuesday, but a little bit more adorable because we have a reactive image. You know that stuff I should have gotten much earlier. Well, nothing I can do about it now because I finally fucking did it. Why do shaders have to compile now? I should have started the stream a little bit earlier, or at least started the game a little bit earlier. But who am I to argue? Except for against myself, against my fate. I guess everything that I could stand for once. And yes, this was the sound of an energy drink. Even the god of Barista likes to drink once in a while an energy drink. What? I'm just the god of a thing. I'm a god of relaxation, inspiration, and world dominate. Wait, no, that's not true. Yet. Well, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, you might not be interested in this, but the last song. Hello, Diamond.
Hey, this drawing's so cute.
I know. That's what we were using pretty much every Tuesday so far. But this time it also reacts to my voice, which I should have done a lot earlier. But 10 minutes ago, I know I should have started earlier. I thought, if I don't do it now, I will probably forget it until next week again.
Haha, you look so funny while talking WAAA, I love it.
Yay! You have glitter in my eyes. I made this especially to look like a little bit derpy, but also adorable as hell.
Hi everyone.
Midna! I don't know if you've been here to a Tuesday stream before, but
Midnay.
At some point I stopped.
That's cute XD.
I know. Originally I just used the normal picture, which is the one when I stop talking. Like just this as a stand-in. And I knew I could make this react somehow. I just always forgot that I wanted to do it. And now where I was like already late trying to start my stream, so I was like, you know what, I really should use that. But I just want to get to look for a site or something that like gives me tips and whatnot how to do that. And then I was and then
Hi Diamond, I'm fine, and you?
Yay! And then my brain was like, yeah, you should do that now, because otherwise you will probably forget that again till the end. Till
BRB
next
when
Tuesday.
I finish writing the interview BC, I have to listen to do it after I finish that MOB here. I am okay, I just have homework K.
And here I am wanting to tell you a dumb story idea that I had. But for some reason when I told it Ryanish and Morse, they sounded so disinterested that it hurt. But also none of them is really interested in romance or comedy. Which is kind of funny because this The story is literally the antithesis to a romance, but it's comedy. Want to know about it? Oh, okay, then not.
PLS tell us.
Of
Tell
course.
me when I come back my curiosity is shining.
Should we wait for her? Do you want to hear it now? But I don't know if I'm interested enough to tell her.
The psycho don't cry.
Cause I don't know if I'm interested enough to hold that part until she's back, and I don't know if I remember enough to tell her that later.
We wait for her.
Okay. Okay. The concept is funny though. Until then,
Say
I.
it twice, once for her, once for me.
No, we're gonna wait for you. Till then, I'm going to tell you a different kind of story idea that I had in my mind. And cause I had in my life a handful of OCs already, and you already know of Duo. The funny idea.
Oh, thank you, Midnay.
You already know of Duo. The funny idea of Duo is actually like that. The entire story of Duo is that it's basically like Secret My Hero Academia to a certain degree.
Okay, me will hurry to finish the homework. Bye.
Bye, till then. But not in the way you expected when I'm saying it like this, because it doesn't make any sense. The idea basically is that there are people who have like a potential. I don't know what I actually called it, but I called it potential, which is like basically the possible ability for psychic abilities, and these are not often not considered as psychic abilities because they often show in different people in a different way. For example, many of the people in that facility are what you would call fairies, because they the strongest thing they have a connection with were, like, for example, cats. Many, like, for example, they hated humans so much that they just related to them related to cats more than anything else. So their ability, their potential basically drove them to be able to have cat-like abilities, while other people have different things. One of the main characters, one of the side characters, supportive characters, that's the word, for example, is for him everything is extremely slow, and when his potential awakened, that just got worse. And at some point, literally the entire world is like completely slow for him. Like, I imagine for the Flash or something to be like something that they can turn off or turn on if they want to. But in his case, he's constantly living in this almost nightmarish slowness. But he himself also is incredibly fucking fast. And yeah, Duo basically gets found out, or was just a normal guy, and he had a potential for multitasking more or less, but he didn't have the right equipment, the right genetics, mutation, whatnot to actually access it. So this organization basically found him because they have another actual medium that is able to find them out. Yes, this was based on Charlotte a little bit. I'm sorry. If you know the story of the anime Charlotte, you know what I mean. And where they obviously cloned his body as a female and a male, used his original body like as a base sludge basically to clone his previous bodies out of.
Yeah, I watched Charlotte.
And so his potential for multitasking basically gets unlocked that way. And so he has to learn how to control himself more accurately. But I already said that. And the thing is, at some point, Duo, how they are called from this day on, Um, this entire thing is incredibly interesting. So he starts researching it on his own. And when he realized that everything that all the people that have like special abilities in this area, there are also people who have like hit a completion successful. Yay! There are also people who have obviously more generalized abilities. Some people are literally feel like they're the most ice cold person in the world or something else, and therefore they fight. It's really simple, but the point is people relate to this thing they can kind of control, and therefore their body or their brain forces their reality into this shape. So there's, for example, a guy that I called Pluto because I didn't know any better, who has the weird ability to turn into a fucking wolf, and he has abilities related to it. Yeah, I'm not very creative. I'm sorry. Well, Pluto might be a little bit hard to explain. And once Duo found out, oh yeah, wait, I can. That technically means I can train myself an ability. He talks to the other the facility occupants, the people who work there, employees, that's the word, and tries to increase that strength of his. So he literally got himself infected because he's a fucking maniac. Duo is characteristically a little bit like me. Like, he does what he thinks is fun. There's a moment where he just stands up because he has a eureka moment, which is so dumb but also so funny for them, and it's like cookie cake. And the people around him, like even his small little circle of friends, just looks at him like really weirdly, like, cookie, what are you on about? And then they spent the entire fucking afternoon. And then they spent the entire afternoon making multiple plate-sized Subway cookies and just stack them on each other.
That's funny XD.
That's the idea of a cookie cake. So they made multiple of these Subway cookies and like plate size and put them and stack them onto each other. They also are constantly like jokingly hitting on each other. Like he himself, like Faye himself, are constantly hitting on each other and are always talking at the same time because that reduces brain capacity, or that minimalizes the use of a brain capacity. Because you have to imagine, they might have now two brains, but still these brains are interlinked. They're constantly working together. So he constantly has to focus on what he does with one body and what he doesn't do with the other body. So he tries to cut down these things as much as possible. And so far, the only thing he can actually cut down on is talking. So in the beginning, they always talk like creepy twins, and they always draw out this entire shit like to a degree that some people are even annoyed by it. But it's funny for them, so that doesn't even fucking matter. And once they realize that they can use this potential, they get themselves infected with one disease that increases your body temperature and also makes you sweat a lot, and one disease that makes you feel like you're decreasing body temperature. And so he tries to focus. They try and technically it's a he in body of they, but it doesn't really fucking matter. So they try in this case to focus this heat and cold they feel outside of their body. Like because they now have this potential, this this psychic potential, they try to use this feeling they feel and manifest it outside. And this way they like get elemental powers. Like this is how they get like fire and earth and fire and ice powers, and make and train them in a way that makes them even able to use them as armor or something, just because I think it's cool. Like they get absurdly overpowered just because they like to bullshit around the entire time. And yeah, I just realized this is basically how all of the isekai animes turn out that I love so much. Because they all also always start out with a character that just likes to bullshit around his way. But this is a duo. A literal duo. The manifestation of multitasking, basically. Who does that. And who tries his best to fuck around. My favorite chapter that I never really completed, but I had in my mind, is when their bodies grew older. And they wanted to do something outside of a facility, so they started opening a cafe, and they called it Le Café Duo. And they're basically just constantly like managing this cafe with two of their bodies from a facility, and they get one person into this area who causes more drama than any of the other people are supposed to. But yeah, I know I'm as creative as a brick, but hey, did you expect anything else?
I honestly really love the idea of it.
I need to beat the shit out of you before. Nice. But yeah, because they were bullshit. But yeah, a huge plot point in Duo's story would be that he knows. Imperial God. I don't know what I think I like you. That he knows that many of the people inside of the facility have issues with dealing with their powers. Like, this is like basically one of the biggest plot points. All of them have issues with their powers and issues with controlling it. This is also why Duo starts out with not knowing how to control his own body. I mean, he wakes up and everything is different. And now he's not just a man, but he's also a woman at the same time. And doesn't know how to really deal with that. Like, he knows how to deal with it because he never really gave a shit about gender beforehand either. I mean, it's supposed to be me. A little bit. Am I bi gender? I don't know. I mean, I would immediately switch with Duo if I could, honestly. That's because I love this idea of this character so much. But the entire plot point is basically that people have these powers, but either don't know how to deal with them or have huge problems with it. And once Duo figures out how the potential basically works, I call it potential now because I don't know the actual word that I used originally. He uses that knowledge from his experimentation to use that for the others, and tries to think of teaching methods for making them control their abilities more. For example, for his Speedy Gonzalez friend, I'm just calling him like that right now. I don't know how I caught him originally. I really have to look that up. He tries to explain to him these things via this time dilation feeling. Like, for example, you're playing a game and suddenly everything, it seems like the time worked incredibly fast for you. So what he tries to do for him is to make him get into situations that would usually cause someone to feel like time goes faster. And so he tries to get him into these moments in order for him to get out of this constant hell of slowness that he's in. Because everything for him is incredibly slow, obviously. And so at some point, he learns to, well, focus in a way that makes him, makes time appear not as godforsaken slow. And for the others, it's more like I don't know. You're literally a cat girl. You're a lesbian, but that doesn't change the fact that you're literally a cat girl. So I know. I don't know again what he did for her. Because the team that I had in mind was basically then Pluto, which is the wolf guy. And the cat girl, who, well, has its cat abilities. And because she grew up with cats. The other one, he was just a huge fan of wolves. So they obviously also constantly fighting like cats and dogs. That's the point and why they have these abilities that they have.
Where's my son? I can't find him.
Oh no! Ah, good. Okay, another story that I had in my head was, I call that story Endless Journey. It is another immortal story. Now that I realize it, I have two technically immortal characters, but one of them actually dies. Nah, two of them actually die. And technically it's three immortal characters. Huh. Ha! Bitch. I can't get up there. Fuck. You don't follow after me, are you? Okay, I guess that's fine. But I really need to get that one, by the way, out of my head. Because the other story with Immortals is called Endless Journey. And the characters in it are, well, on an endless journey. But the point behind that journey is also that they want to discover as much of the world as possible. Technically, the story begins a lot earlier before the actual story begins. But the story would be told in two different time periods. Like, one is the time period where they were doing really well, everything is fine, and they were like in the height of their abilities. And in the other time period, which is like in our time period, one of them died. But when one of them but when an immortal dies in this world, they will get reborn at some point. To kill an immortal in the first place is incredibly fucking hard and almost impossible. But once that happens, they will be reborn at some point. It can take ages. Usually it just takes a handful of weeks or months, but it took this immortal 10 years to be reborn. And the partner was looking for her for ages. For all these 10 years long, he was looking for her and didn't know where to find her. Every character, every immortal has like a counterpart, and that is shown by a birthmark that somehow complements the other party's birthmark. And not every counterpart is someone that you actually get along with. There is, for example, the oldest pair, the oldest immortals that is known to men, are also very fittingly named Abel and fittingly named Adam and Eve. They have the ability to see to do psychic readings, basically. Better said, one can see throughout all of time, and one can see throughout all of space. Both of them have technically both abilities to a very, very small degree, which is why they tend to never do anything wrong, because they instinctively always choose the right option. And that is also why they have a huge problem with the main characters, because the main character's ability is be the one of a judge. Every immortal has like an ability that they have to go, that marks them as what they are supposed to do. That marks them as what they technically are supposed to do. And they have the ability to copy and block other abilities. Basically, they can cast judgment upon you by showing you what you did to others. And because they are immune to other immortals' abilities, Cain and Abel, the first immortals, and therefore so far the leaders, more or less, can't act normally towards them, because their normal is that they instinctively know do what is right to what is the best path, basically, the most beneficial path for them. Okay, I didn't want to fall down that way, okay? Good. Then we have Cain and Abel. Obviously, the sons of Adam and Eve, who also have their own counterparts. Like, it's not like Cain is Abel's counterpart. Abel's counterpart is Albert. And I forgot what Cain's counterpart is. But the funny thing is that Albert can talk, for example, has the ability to talk to the dead. Like, she's the classic spiritualistic medium, like you know. But Abel has the seemingly, at first glance, less impressive ability of talking to animals. And Cain has a weird ability to call. That also, by the way, is based on something. Cain has the ability to call upon destiny, but he can't. But that's something that he also can't control. Like, things that happen in a way that is often outside of his control. Like, he's often a very unlucky individual, especially if it is towards people he technically really loves. Because he instinctively wishes them to have a better life. Like, he's actually a really good person, but he's just really fucking tragic. Because every time he tries to help someone, but technically he constantly helps the people around him. By bringing them luck, but that brings him misfortune. And that is based on, if you want to know, that is based on the idea that this word for... Who's writing me the entire time? That's based on the fact that the word for death in one language is also the name for destiny. You know, because Cain killed Abel. He brought death upon his brother. Oh no! Nice!
You should become an author.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote stories about all of these characters at some point. Fuck. But yeah, and thank you, Midna. I also like my story ideas. But I have so many more characters. For example, I have, in this story I have the most fleshed out characters. While I have in Duo, the most fleshed out story. It hurts. Like this, for example, the two kings. The two kings are quite literally opposites. They have a weird love-hatred towards each other. And that's also reflected in their birthmarks. Because, unlike every other individual, Solaris, the King of Light, as he often is called, had a birthmark that, unlike every other birthmark, doesn't look like a normal birthmark. It looks like a pigmentation error. Have you ever seen a pigmentation error? Your skin literally looks in certain places randomly darker and or brighter. And in this case, it just looks snow white. Like, he himself is not the whitest person in existence, but his birthmark is so white. You could probably use it as a one of those recursive mirror to light fire. That's how bright it is. But the other guy has his birthmark looks like a normal birthmark, but it's much darker than usual. and both are born rulers, but one of them is ruling by tyranny, and the other one is ruling by solidarity, and that's also reflected in their abilities. Solaris has the ability to... Oh fuck! I had a giant fucking worksheet with all of the abilities on it. I have to look that up. Perhaps I can find it. I definitely know that Luna, he was literally just called Luna very often. Like, technically his entire name is Lunaris. You know, Solaris, the sun, Lunaris, the moon. Makes sense, doesn't it? I have it somewhere. Want to share a point? Prologue. Introduction. No. Node links are need to do. I don't want there. And social anxiety type of thing, blah blah. I have so many unstarted documents. Don't fuss about it. Have a good day. No. No log, loud and bright shattering. Oh, where the fuck is that document? Someone shared me a Mass Effect thing. Have a good day. It hurts. Okay, apparently I lost it. That hurts. That hurts me so much that I can't find it anymore because I really like that. God. Well, then let me just talk about the
Oh no, OC.
two characters that I still remember. These two characters are fittingly named the lesbian gods. And their story is actually so fucking tragic, and I hate it. I mean, I have a weird love-hate relationship towards this story.
I can't find it.
Oh wait, I have to save this now because it's already in my head. It annoys me so much. Anyway, the story of the lesbian gods is very funny. Not funny, it's actually really fucking sad. They have the most tragic story in all the characters, which pains me so much because I actually like them as characters. The lesbian gods were born in the time where the immortals reigned supreme, basically. Like, in nowadays, the immortals are more or less a rumor. People more or less talk about them as if they were cryptids, so no one really believes that they even exist in the first place. But back in that day, they were so prominent. Often were immortals put as kings because they were immortals, not because they had the ability to rule. And they, for example, were born, like, one of the lesbian gods was born into a family that was part of a cult that followed one of the worst immortals in existence, like one of the most evil immortals in existence. He also got an incredibly harsh punishment for what he did. And he was also a huge fucking misogynist. And believing everything that this guy said, her father treated her incredibly bad. And also thought that he could get away with it because, hey, she's immortal. She can withstand that, can't she? Like, if he would have a normal daughter, he might have repressed himself a little bit. But hey, she can stand up every time and then. And hey, when she grows up, she's gonna be a big name anyway. So, yeah, her father was the worst. Spoiler alert: he dies. Sorry, I have no sympathy for assholes. So obviously, even the assholes I make up myself also die at some point. And the thing is, when she found her partner, they were a boy at this point, but she was so traumatized by her family that she straight up just killed him. She didn't know any better. She just tried to defend herself. She just literally fled from her father, bashed his head in, ran away, and didn't know what to do. Found him, knew that he was technically the best thing that could happen to her. But as a trauma trigger, she just murdered him. A handful of years, he showed up again, also traumatized by this event, and did the same thing. Like, he didn't kill her, he killed himself. Because he knew every time he was born as a man, he will not be able to be with her. And as I already said, most immortals feel huge sympathy and or love for each other. Not all of them, but most of them. And they were a case of being incredibly drawn to each other. And at some point, because immortals can be reborn as anything, literally, at some point, he was reborn as a woman, and was.
Wow, chill. That's dark, but such a good idea.
And at some point, he was reborn as a woman, and that was the time when they actually managed to embrace each other. Over time, she was obviously, because of that, incredibly man-hating. Makes sense after that shit that happened. But over time, they were known as the lesbian gods because they were very clearly lovers. And everybody knew that. And they were neither ashamed nor anything else. Neither ashamed nor afraid to show that. Because they were fucking immortals. No one except for themselves can do something to them. And that was. Well, that's how they became known as the lesbian gods. The thing is, their abilities is that they're also very, very classy. Like, they love fashion. I also love fashion, so I love fashion in a good way, in some way, as long as it's not ridiculous bullshit. But through them, I kind of like to live out my idea of, well, being a fashionista. Technically, every character that an author makes is a reflection of himself, if you actually think about it. But yeah, they were known as lesbian gods, blah blah, and in the modern times, they basically are the owners of one of the biggest fashion labels in existence. Funny thing is, she can control plants, and the other one can. And this has nothing to do with each other, which is so funny. It only makes sense under the context of making clothes. She can control plants and shape them in her will, and the other one can close or open cuts. Like, this is so dark. Like, she can she can basically put two things together and make them fuse, or she can just rip them apart without any effort. She is both the knife and the soldering iron. Which is, as I said, the only thing why they know they are known for each other, because they literally feel attracted to each other in a way that is inhumanely is not understandable for a normal human. Unless obviously you say, oh yeah, true love always feels like this. Yeah, might be, but their souls are literally drawn to each other. Also, why the fuck is my controller not working? Now it works. Yes! Yes, I did it!
I shouldn't have. With all my skills, I failed.
I didn't even notice that I beat him! I didn't even notice that I beat him! Oh my god, I'm so happy! Tiger's Acolyte. Of course, of course. I love you. That's good. That's great. That's so nice. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. It's only level 1? What the fuck? Okay. And yes. Also, a thing that all of the immortals have, which is one of the reasons why they were very, in earlier times, often seen as gods, is, first of all, their abilities, but also all of them have something that represents their power. Which I mean, they have a summonable weapon, more or less. Like Solaris has, for example, a giant shield that I think he can also use that as a sword or something, I'm not sure. And Lunaris has a spear. Fuck you, I'm going to murder all of you. Oh, fuck you. Ah, good. And the thing is, no one really knows what Adam and Eve's abilities are, or summonable weapons are. And they never showed it. But also, they never got into a situation to show it, where they had to show it. Because again, they instinctively do every time the right decision. For whatever plan they have. They don't even know how it is to fail. Which is why they might know a shit ton of stuff. And might be the most reliable people to consult in pretty much any matter. But they don't know how it is to have a problem overcoming something. But they usually just overcome it. It's also a thing that Adam and Eve have a really, really, really dark side to them. Because they are so used to basically get everything handed to them, basically. But I don't know. Should I go into detail on that end? I don't think so. I'm first gonna explain who the main characters are. The main character of the story are characters called Justine and Kato. Kato with a C, like cat O. But he would be spelled, he would be spelled by mouth. You know, the thing that we use to talk. Kato. And their ability is one of the judge, which I already mentioned. They are one of the youngest immortals. On purpose. Obviously. By the way, also I have a huge fucking lore for why the immortals exist in this dimension in the first place. Because they think it's because they need to balance they need to keep a balance between nature and the sentient life in this world, as which they get reborn each time, and that's not the case. I don't trust this one. But yeah, Justine and Kato are the youngest. And they are on a journey to understand their purpose better. Like, they at some point realized, wait, if our job is to judge everyone, immortal or mortal, especially the immortals, because no one can really judge the immortals. Because if the immortals think they have to keep a balance between nature and the sentient life, like between nature and humanity, basically, then everything they do, as long as it doesn't disrupt this balance, is fair game, no matter if it's good or bad. But the judges exist to judge that behavior, to know if the things they do are actually, like, good, but not good, but more like on par. So they travel the world to get to know people, to get to know cultures, to get to know nature itself and everything around it, to especially get to know people and what makes people tick. Like, everything they care about during their journey is obviously also that they have a little bit of fun with it, because why shouldn't you? But also mostly to educate themselves in the worldly matters they have to know. They have to be educated in. Oh no, Stone Vanguard. I knew it. I saw that coming. Well, of course that happens. I knew that would happen. Oh, come on, man. There's, for example, the first story that happened in the book. I still want to finish these stories and want to refine them and whatnot. The first story that happened, for example, is them judging Abel. Not because Abel is a bad person. Abel is not even in the Bible a bad person. Abel is also in my story not a bad person. Abel's one of the most innocent person, even in my story as well. He never was mad at his brother for killing him. He never was mad at an animal that was rude to him or something. The reason why he was judged is because his actions caused an entire forest almost to die out. And that is bad, especially because he is the immortal of the animals. He should have found a better way in the way in what he did. He didn't. And that's the thing that gets judged in this case. That's the thing that they are making him accountable for. And here's the thing that I said before. Often were mortals put into a position of power despite them not being ready for it. Or able for it. And able, that sounds like a pun that I unintentionally made, isn't one who can judge very good, who can make decisions like a king. He never was. He also never wanted to be. But he got pressured into the situation of basically being the king of the land. And because he's such a good guy, he couldn't really say no to anybody. Which caused mass deforestation, which caused mass killing of animals that he should have cared about, and so on. For multiple centuries that went on and basically almost made multiple entire species of animals die out. And that's the thing that gets judged. And they also made an entire, these two weirdos made an entire fucking scene about it. You might have noticed that I love writing sociological weirdos, like Duo, and they are not any different. They're just smarter. They're less experimental. They're just smarter. So they show up and have a bunch of fucking cake on them because they were too late. They came too late to their own court bullshit. So they just came in this weird town hall they built and gave everybody a slice of cake because why the fuck wouldn't you? And then they listened to everything, why things happened, why not, and they said, yeah, sorry Abel, but you fucked up. You were older than us and you should have known better. In fact, entire species of animals died out, and you should have known that better than anybody else. That's basically when they executed him, more or less. They killed Abel, but not in malice. Because for an immortal, dying is not the end. For an immortal, dying is just a rebirth. And when Abel got killed, it was not seen as a... It was also seen as something tragic because, oh my god, someone just fucking died. But also as a restart, like, that he learned his lesson. To a normal person, you obviously can't do that. So Alba, his wife, took over the mantle for a while and slowly but surely, with her ability to talk to the dead, managed to get people into power that actually, like, were able to keep people in power. Like, to actually rule a fucking land. But she also looked out for Abel's reincarnation. And when she got it, she cared for him like her own son. But also his love. That's a strange thing that I don't really get myself, despite me writing that shit. I wrote that shit, and I don't really know how to explain this. Because that's also the situation. Because that's also the situation. Because also that's the situation. I just want to heal up, man. Because that's also the situation Carter is in. Yes, Justina's the one that died. Spoiler alert. But yeah, that's the same situation Carter is in. And that's the story in the modern times that happens. That he has to figure out how to raise her in a way that is, like, appropriate. Obviously. And because I never really finished that story, I kinda... Oh, that was such a good parry. I don't really know what the conclusion will be. Because I don't want this to end up like this other anime I watched once that has the weirdest fucking ending in existence. Which is why I'm very glad that it didn't get a second season. Because the first season was nice and it did a good thing, but the visual novel apparently has some really fucking strange twists and turns that I don't even want to consider. I'm too good of a person for that, okay? But yeah, that's basically the situation he is in. So... the storyline basically then follows...
Which show?
I don't remember their name anymore. I just know it's a dad anime. And I love dad animes. The animes where a dad is the father of a child, basically. Or where a guy is the father of a child. That's all I know. That's so wholesome. I love them. And one of them is actually has a really fucking disturbing ending in the visual novel. Like in the original story. In the original manga. It was a manga, I think. Because in the beginning, he raised her like a daughter. And at some point, apparently they get together for some fucking reason. And that's something that you don't do in a dad anime. A anime about a dad is about the fucking dad. And not about the dad somehow ending up having, you know what, with his stepdaughter. That's not how you do that shit. That's not what you want. That's not what I want. That's not what anybody fucking wants. And that's also not what I want in my story. But I don't want them to end up like that. I don't want this to be creepy as fuck. The thing is, no matter how hard I'm trying to do this, it all sounds like grooming. And I don't want this. But the story would have been so fun outside of this perspective, which is why it's so hard to actually make this a good story. Nice, that's a good item. can't follow me, right? He doesn't follow me, right? Yeah, I guess he didn't follow me. Nice. Oh, you bastard. But the thing is, the idea would have been so fucking funny. Because, I wrote it, the idea was that she's reborn. And he literally finds her in a burned down village. Which he already thought was weird. Like, who the fuck burns down villages in the 21st century? But she was the only thing completely untouched in this completely burned down village. We also find out at some point why that village was burned down and who was it. And it was a really dumb fucking... And it was a very weird person who thinks he did something good. Despite him literally destroying a shit ton of lives. But hey, he finds her there and raises her. Because, A, her actual birth parents are now dead. Like, why? For fuck's sake. I'm asking that to myself. I just realized that I'm a terrible writer, apparently. But he finds her in this village. I call it now. He finds her in that village of ashes. And raises her, and gradually over time, an immortal regains memories. Like, they know from the beginning if they can trust you. Like, no, but it's not that like they can know that from the beginning. They only know that the person they are linked with, they can trust. That's what they can. Don't worry about it. I'm still in the middle of talking to her about something different. Like, they know instinctively they can trust the person.
Okay, me go back, me will finish soon, hopefully.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, fuck. So they literally just go through the ages of making her growing up, because a lot of knowledge, they get like huge chunks of knowledge from the previous lives over the time they grow up. I just got over time they grow up, which means at the point where she's technically 16, she already knows more than 90% of people alive. But this entire part is basically to show that yes, obviously you can be really, really smart and really, really knowledgeable about things when you're younger, but using that knowledge and growing up are a little bit different. Like, it's basically supposed to be a growing up story from a perspective of someone who already lived an entire life, but has to regain their life experience again. That's basically the entire core of the story. And that's what I thought was interesting. And also the point of telling a story from two different time perspective was also something I really want to do. Yeah, I know. I'm weird. Isn't there a faster way through? I don't want to deal with these guys constantly. Is there a way for me to run away, for example? Is that possible? Also, do I have something that replenishes? Which one was it? Evil repelling medicament. Stone Man God, okay. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I knew that would happen, but I really tried to get a little bit of few hits in and to see if I could do that. I don't know again what I want to test. Let me guess. Let me guess. Yeah. Computer's coding. Nice. I'm just going to run away from you. Yes, I do. I managed to defeat that weird tiger acolyte or whatever his name was, but...
Hey, how long have you been playing?
Angler Esperanza, I'm doing good, and I've been playing for a while. For 1 hour and 15 minutes. You can see it. Well, a little bit less, because the game needed to compile shaders when I started it, and that way it's not very fun. But hey, I have my fun. Everything's doing fine.
Do you stream regular?
I stream pretty much every day. And please, before you ask any specific questions, please read the rules. But other than that, I hope you had a good day. How are you doing? Wait, can I run away? I can't. Okay. Nice. Nice. Ha. Nice. Oh no, you bastard! Ah, why? It hurts. Nice, good. Take a deep breath, drink water, you. And don't come down. Deep breath, drink water. Where you at right now? Where you at? West Louisiana, downtown. Nice. I love her deflection skills so much. Like seriously, I don't understand why Moro what Mono? I forgot. Sorry. Why they said that this is the worst skill. Not the worst skill, but worse than the one that I already have. Nice, good. A wimbowe, 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 a wimbowe. Ooh, I would like to talk about my other Immortal story, but I think it's enough Immortals for today. And now in this case, it's not actually... Of course that happens! Nice. Fictish. Ah, come on, man. That is not fair. That is not fair, man. Why? Just fuck off. Yum, 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 yum. You know, Diamond had like the time to send memes on Instagram. To be fair, that was like roughly an hour ago, but not the time to be here. I'm salty now. I'm not. I don't give a damn. She has to do her school stuff, and that's what I will encourage her to do. Nice. You have almost as much talent as my toilet paper. And don't get me wrong, but I'm not paying a shit ton of money for some toilet paper. That is the weirdest fucking statement I ever did. I'm so sorry, lads. Yeah, you had to witness this bullshit. I think I should use a big blue head. Should I? Should I? I think I should. Yeah, I should. I definitely should. Although, can I increase their power somehow? I should be able to, right? Equipment effect. I mean, yeah, sounds good. Considerably increases defense. That is definitely something that I can deal with. Ah. Inventory. Equipment. Do I have something that fits better what I want to do? Huh. Critical hit chance. I'm gonna go with that one. So that means that I'm going to be able to use the stone ability a little bit earlier. But it has all spells, so I can also use the stone ability here. It sounds wrong. But one, I mean that I'm freezing him and turning him into stone, and the other one, I mean that I'm turning into stone and can block any damage because I'm just so hard rock hallelujah. Rock and roll angel, da da da, rock hallelujah. That reminds me of the first time I heard Lordy, I was just like, this is a fucking good song. Why is no one talking about it? Stone Vanguard. I know what you are. I've seen you. I've seen you in Metroid Prime 2. Nice. Ha! Oh, I knew it. I knew it! I mean, I didn't. I hoped for something better, but still. Oh, no. Oh, no. By the way, do you have any additives to my PNG setup? I think it's good, but I don't know if the glittery eyes are a good idea. Or the surprisingly shiny tongue. Cause, it might be visible, but I just really, really shittily edited the original. The original being the one that you see that when I shut up. See? Ah, fuck, I ruined it. But yeah. And this version, I hope Diamond shows up soon because I want to talk about.
I really love it.
Ah, thank you. No, 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 no. Nice, nice, nice. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. 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 Run faster, you bastard. Good. Ah, fuck. Wasted it. Wasted it. Oh, but how did that not work? Yes! And booyah! Ah, see? Slap that ass! Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl, shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Oh, girl, shake that ass for me. Oh, how do I do this? Downfalls of mountain bound fans true F sends into little left in sage and majestic and high. Nom 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 nom. Sure, sure, sure. And I have the time of my life. Ah, good. Aw, thank you. Aw. Hey. Good. Ah. Good.
Oh my goodness, this ain't ending, just tell me the story.
Okay. The idea is a little bit dumb, but it is like the beginning is based on a webtoon that I read. But the overall story is basically based on the fact that I basically was in an overall situation like this. Not necessarily in the beginning situation, except you count something else that happened, but that's not the case. Good. The story basically would begin. You would follow a very basic party girl through town, her partying, doing shit, and at some point she gets basically harassed by some drunk guy who thinks he's better than anybody else. And then character, again, like most of my characters, this character is also more or less based on me. Comes over and just says, you know what? Fuck off. Why don't you leave her alone? She clearly has no fucking interest in you. And this is how it starts out. Somehow, I don't know how yet.
Ha ha ha.
I don't know if I want them to have a small fist fight or not, but I don't know how yet. But somehow he brings her to her home. Like, she's dead. She's completely drunk. Barely knows how the fuck to navigate. But he managed to get her home. And she's just like, I don't know, she's drunk, so she doesn't really know what the fuck she's talking about. But she's drunk. So he just laid her home, plays her in bed. Obviously, doesn't do anything else. The only thing he does, he grabs a pen and a paper, writes down like, oh yeah, yeah, I found you yesterday, blackout drunk, and brought you home. This is my number if you wanna thank me with a cup of coffee or something. This is how this shit starts, and immediately they figure out, oh fuck, I'm not remotely romantically interested in that guy, and he also, I'm not remotely like she considered at the beginning, because she's a party girl, and most party girls that I met have an incredibly bad sense of self-preservation, I would almost say. Like, literally, one of my exes was one of these party girls, and she had more relationships than I probably have fingers. And I mean, she probably had more relationships when I had fingers, the moment we met.
Oh, I thought they were gonna have romance.
Now that's the entire point. Because he then explains, oh yeah, the only reason he wrote this sentence is to explain to her what happened, like to have an excuse to meet her for a second again. And then Faye just gonna talk, and then Faye, what's the word? I forgot the word.
To get a free coffee.
That too. Like, to get a free coffee and to basically explain to her again, like, nothing happened, this is what happened, this is how I found you, this is how I found out your address because you couldn't fucking tell me. So just basically to kill all her worries. That's the only reason why they did that. And the moment he entered the flat and looked little bit around, because you basically can't help yourself when you're looking for someone's bedroom for the first time you meet them, just to let them lay down. He realized, oh, you're not my type. Because, again, character based on me, he's incredibly nerdy, so he's into incredibly nerdy individuals. But over that, they bond over this experience more or less. And at the beginning, she kind of tries to flirt with him, but he always is so platonic and so emotionless about everything that it just drifts off like what
on real life so sad.
Like water from a lotus leaf. It's not quite based on real life. The reason why it's based on real life is because I had multiple very platonic friendships with women and with girls, who I had absolutely no interest in, and one of these women actually like had a huge crush on me, but I was like, sorry, that wouldn't work out. Like if you think about it longer than 5 seconds, and I know that it wouldn't work out because the last time I was in that situation, it also didn't work out. Again, I was already in a relationship with a classic party girl, and I told her from the beginning, our hobbies are so different. I'm sorry, this won't work out. I'm sorry. She didn't believe me, and then it ended up that she cheated on me. So yeah, like that's the part that this is based on, because over this they kind of bond with each other, and they become really good friends. And that's the entire story. The entire story is about them being really good. The entire story is about them being really, really fucking good friends. And him knowing, nah, sorry, you're not my type. You're too casual and too party goer for me. And she at some point realized, yeah, no, you're way too reclusive to be with me, but because they get along still, they at some point start to wingman each other. So at some point they wingman each other, and it's really fucking funny because at some point they have a really fun because at some point he
Why
ends
you
up
even get in a relationship with someone that you don't have any same interest?
Yeah, I know. I don't know that either. That's what I didn't understand about that ex of mine. Because I told her, we wouldn't work together. Like, my favorite place to party, in quotation marks, is a rock and metal bar. Like a rock and metal pub where they literally play 90% of time some heavy metal song that you're basically disgusted by. And your favorite place to party is one where they 90% play really fucking bad and uninspired techno, and that is known in the entire city for people having sex on the godforsaken toilets. This is not a place I can relax in or have fun. Like, I told her that at that very moment. She didn't believe me. The only reason it lasted for almost a year or something is because we were living together. That was the only reason. If that wouldn't be the case, we would have broken up a long time ago. But point is, I
can
can
relax. I must party with heavy metal for hours. Even loud.
Hey, heavy metal is fun, okay? Metal can be really fun. And this is a place where I could really relax. I met a ton of really good people there. Some of them I'm still friends with.
I wish something like a tavern would exist at my place.
And, well, I still invite you.
OFC, I just made a joke. I like heavy metal too.
Ah, cool.
OMG, yeah.
Then do me a favor and listen to Bloodywood. Now wait, I'm going to send you over Instagram a link later. Or ask Midna. I sent Midna also a link to
Tavern.
To Gada to New Delhi. The point is, I am friends with so many people, and some of my best friends are the complete opposite to me. And that's basically what this entire story is about. at some point they start wingmanning each other.
Ima take all of us to have drinks if I be rich in the future.
Who knows? You might be. Like, at some point they start wingman each other, and at some point in the story, he also had a girlfriend, but he has a really cliche fan fiction fanatic girlfriend. Such in a way that
Can we
she
go to a tavern then XD. Yavi Wingman.
in a way that is really, really toxic, and she at some point gets into and at first everything went well, and at first everybody's happy about it, and the one that starts seeing the
Yes, I
signs,
will take you all to a tavern.
and the one that starts seeing the sign is her, like his female best friend, and that only because she recognizes many of the classic toxic women traits that she saw in friends of hers and whatnot, that the other guy doesn't know about because, well, he doesn't know that much about women. He just gets along with her. The only woman he actually gets along with is his mother and her, and that's all they care about. At the beginning, the mother also shipped them so hard, it is ridiculous. But she at some point also realized, nah, you two don't go along with each other. Like, it only took like 2 days for her to realize, no, you two don't go along with each other. I have no idea how the fuck you could. You two are friends in the first place, but hey, you do you. And with his really, really fucking toxic girlfriend, something happens where I don't know yet what kind of situation it is, because I had this idea yesterday. No, I had this idea today. Today I had this idea, and it's already that fleshed out. And at some point something happens that makes him choose between her.
Today fresh story.
That makes him choose between his best friend and her, like his new girlfriend. And when he suddenly starts seeing like he already notices the sign beforehand because he's a very pragmatic individual, but he didn't really want to believe them. He really thought both were just phases or something else, something that she has to probably get around with. But when that time came, he told her. When the time came, he said, "You know what? This shit ain't worth it."
It sounds like a normal teenage drama story. Making the situations clear would maybe put more curiosity.
This shit ain't worth it. Sorry, but the other thing is, teenage drama stories in this case usually end up with the two opposite gender characters either ending up with each other or losing contact. And the entire point of the story is basically that both of them can get along, and they're basically BFFs. But it doesn't really matter. So he basically then obviously chooses his best friend and helps her out, and basically shows, yeah, sorry, but a relationship like that ain't worth it. Like, that's a point that happened in the story. I don't have anything fleshed out about it. Everything else is just completely made up so far. But the point why I love this story is I love this idea that some people who would watch or read the story.
Thanks for following.
Oh, thank you for following, GER. But I love this idea of them being like incredibly good platonic friends. Hello. Thank you for joining in. Incredibly platonic friends.
WAAA Jerry, hi, welcome me.
And so many people basically seeing that as, oh yeah, they're gonna end up fucking with each other at some point. No, they don't. He at some point mentioned it as a joke. Like, oh god, Like at some point he has like a sentence on his mind like, "Oh God, you're so annoying today. Do you have to get late or something before before you get into a normal before you are in a normal mood again?" That's a sentence that he throws at her head, and she's just like, "What?" And yeah, this is actually something that I told my female best friend at some point as well. But we also said if we ever are
friend.
but we also said at some point if we ever were in a mutual, we would probably do it with each other, but not because we are in love with each other. I have a female best friend with whom I spent so much time with. Like, we basically did everything together. And we never ended up being in a relationship. And yet, despite the fact that she basically ticked most of my boxes, she was incredibly confident. She still is incredibly confident. She is incredibly nerdy and whatnot. But I never had someone I could just
male friendship.
I could just so incredibly vibe with. You don't have that very often, okay? And usually you people ship that so hard, but I didn't give a shit at all.
It's being more like a sibling.
Not even with my own sister am I back. Not even with my own sister I'm back close. Or I was back close.
I wrote only one story so far. Have you ever thought writing a situation story?
What do you mean situation story?
Eureka28. Thanks for subscribing. Like, there is Maupassant, and then there is the other kind where nothing happens.
What is Maupassant and then there's Vtuber? Also, thank you for subscribing. That is.
Why thanks to Ricky.
It feels weirdly random, but thank you. Thank you a lot. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gals. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, set my heart on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, and you'll be left alone until. Oh, baby, telephone, and tell me I'm your own. Now that's the thing. One of the reasons why I think this idea is so funny is because usually when you see these stories, they end up with each other or they just lose contact. And even though I basically have almost no contact with my female best friend, technically, if I would write her and say, "Yo, how about on Saturday we go like to Burger King?" And if she has time, she would definitely say, "Yo, why not? We haven't done anything in a while." And that's something that I don't see very much exploited in a story, you know? Way too often it's like a really forced romance that really is just almost disgusting. But in this case, the characters are supposed to be the main characters, and the characters are
I wrote
supposed.
a homeless man in the cold, then a lawyer sees him sitting at the park and reaches him and gets him to be in his apartment for a while, gives him coffee and some things and his card. Then the homeless man goes on road back to find a place to sleep.
And Riga? What do you mean it's not that random? Am I that impressive to you? Is my godly statue so astonishingly impressive?
Yes.
Wait, what? Thank you. I am highly flattered.
Ha ha ha.
Sadly, I
He's
can't.
an old viewer.
Well, I can't remember someone called Jariga before, but... Also, I don't have a best memory. Like, one of the reasons...
He's my fiance. Hey, woof.
Okay, makes sense. Now everything makes sense.
Yeah, we have a couple in the group.
I had to process this for a second. It's always a little bit embarrassing for me to know that some people are actually, like, proud of watching me and therefore show me to other people. Cause I have a hard time being proud of my streams, even though I do them very well. Even though I am very, 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 very proud of doing them in general. Especially because I'm very, very proud of doing, of streaming. Wait, that reminds me of something else.
Oh, come on, we always do that.
How am I supposed to know that? I'm not constantly talking around the oh wait, I definitely do that. I'm constantly walking around and tell people about Bubba Graham. Yeah, I. Anyways, that reminds me, I once had a really nice talk with one of my friends. Because I told him, like, I hate it when I miss a day of streaming.
Homework.
Okay. Cause I told him I hate it when I lose a day of streaming.
Nice story.
Ah, thank you.
Write it.
I try. Cause I told him I hated to write, to miss a day out on stream. Not because, first of all, because I just love streaming in general. Bye, Diamond. I wish you good luck in your homework. As good as possible, at least. As much luck as I can.
I love all of you.
Oh, thank you. We love you too. And we had a really weirdly deep talk because at first they thought it was like pressure or something. Because I skipped a day of streaming, or like 2 days of streaming, because I was
Good
helping
luck,
him
Diamond.
moving.
Bye, good luck, we love you too.
You're also on YouTube. My brain can't comprehend this for some reason. And when I told them, yeah, I know. Wait, I have to look up something. When I told him about a story that happened once, when I was streaming, like after one of my viewers, I don't know who it was again. I think I know who it was, but I'm not out of confidentiality. I'm not gonna say it.
Juriga. Thanks for following.
Thank you. Aha! I'm almost about to cry. That's so nice. Shut up. Gods don't have emotions. Gods have emotions, but no, not crying. Also, what I want to say. So much stuff is happening. I can't react. But yeah, out of confidentiality, I'm not gonna say the name, obviously, even though I remembered the name. And they literally wrote me, yeah, yo, I'm very thankful for you for your streams and whatnot. Because they helped me currently through a really, really hard time. And the thing is, I always heard that happening to people. I always heard that people, for example, watched Jacksepticeye and, I don't know, are so delighted by these videos that it literally makes their day. But to actually hear from someone that you basically saved them through a really, really hard and emotionally straining time, like actually to the face, well, as to the face as this gets, that was something really, really different. And oh fuck, I'm actually tearing up right now. Stop it! Eyes, be dry, like the Sahara Desert. Oh, the Antarctic. The Antarctic is drier than the Sahara Desert, which is actually funny because it's made out of completely out of ice. Wait. ADHD brain, I can't focus. But actually hearing that, like, to the face is something completely different, and something that showed me that, yeah, I can be that kind of person. One of the reasons why I love streaming so much is because I want to be there for people. And, I know it's a normal thing. Gods usually have helper complexes. But yeah, before it gets too sappy, let's beat the shit out of this stone golem. Oh, of course that hits me. Nice. No. No. Yeah, this is all on purpose. Nice. Woo. I know this is not going to deal the damage that it usually is supposed to do, but it, Nope. Nope. Drink something? You know? Alcohol makes the world go round. Oh wait, no, it's money. Huh. But also alcohol. Ow, that hurt. Oh wait, I think that was the last time I am able to use this. Yeah, that was the last time I'm able to use this. That hurts. Knowing that I'm now on my own, and I can't use... Oh, that was a much wider range than I was expecting. Oh, no! Damage! Damage consuming bullshit. Nice. Oh, no! That is not what I want to do. Yes, take the drugs. Thank you. Just like me every weekend. Wait, that sounds like I'm a party guy, but I'm not. Just the tweet a little bit slow. Are you kidding me? You disrupted my attack? No! What they say, like, dead monkeys can climb? Wait, no, that's not a saying. It went so well! Oh my god, it hurts. One more try and then we end the stream for today. How does that sound? Haha, you're too slow. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Speedy Gonzales. Does that even make any sense? I don't know, but it sounded
I
funny.
believe in you.
Ah, thank you. At least one of us does. Good. I have... Drunken Monk? Wait, no, he's blue. He's not dry. What have we usually... What did my colleague recently say? Blausen Zustand, keine Farbe. I think our summon had a little bit too much of that holy wine. Wink, wink. Meat is better anyway, but what am I supposed to say? I probably don't even know what meat is. Poor bastards. They will never get the pleasure of a good glass of meat. My favorite so far has actually been Viking meat. Number one in the ceramic bottles. I love that one. Like both variants. I only know the two variants. No! No, I fucked that up! I fucked that up already! How can... Why? Shut up! Stop murdering me! Oh, I fucked that up too. Should we just die? And do it one more time normally? I mean, I just died. But that also was because I forgot to press the dodge button. I mean, because I obviously planned it. This is a cool armor that he's wearing. Daddy don't have it yet. I have that mask though.
PLS one more try.
Yeah, I don't count the last try. Something to sing while doing this because my brain kind of needs additional stimulation. Es tut mir so leid. Du bist nur der Trostpreis und immer wenn der Mond scheint, denke ich, da ist noch Luft nach oben. Du bist nur der... Tut mir so leid. Du bist nur der Trostpreis und immer wenn der Mond scheint, denke ich an die mir damals entflogen. I can't believe how fucking much it smells like weed in this room. We didn't smoke one entire week so far. Wait, no, it's Tuesday. We didn't smoke for 3 days. Okay, yeah. It's almost a week. Technically. Not really. Who am I kidding? No. 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 Don't touch this. Don't touch this. Don't touch this. Don't touch this. Okay. Ha! Now I'm going to hit this rock bottom. I fucked it! But at least I managed to dodge in the right moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's in the car, so come on, let's ride to it. Liquor store on the corner, the boys say I want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be rich like I had last week. I must stay deep, cause talk is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. I never continue, I know we're getting sweeter. What can I do really beg you, my lord? For me it's fun just like a sport. Everything's light, it's all good, let me jump it. Please set and be trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita's what I see. A little bit of Tina's what I need. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man. Move up and down, move it all around. Put your hand to the sound, put your hand on the ground. Take one step left and one step right. One to the center and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice, and if it looks like this, you doing it right. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita's what I see, a little bit of Tina's what I need, a little bit of Sandra in the sun, a little bit of Mary all night long, a little bit of Jessica, here I am, a little bit of you makes me your man. Should I have focused more on fighting? Probably. That was disappointing. I mean, we kind of have to, do we? Okay, yeah, one more try, because I can't let that stand. I want to at least have one try in which I manage to use the stone, the getting stone thing as good as possible. I should stop calling it that way, otherwise my streams get flagged for drug abuse again. Which they already did. You don't know how fucking awkward, how incredibly awkward that was. When I was streaming a game known as Princess Peach Showtime, you know, a game that is very clearly aimed at younger children, especially girls. But I just loved this game. It was a really good game. It had amazing outfits. I spent multiple streams, most of the time, looking for a good outfit for the next level we play. Like, I'm not joking. It was fun as fuck. You know how awkward that was to find out that I'm playing this game, but I'm also flagged for drug abuse? Which I didn't even know I can turn off. I can turn that off manually. Which is why I'm always saying when we play a game for children, we don't talk about that stuff. This game is, as far as I know...
That's so funny and random.
Wait, as far as I know... I thought this game would be for adults, because most Souls-likes are, for some reason. So yeah, that's the only reason why I'm usually so open about talking about it. It's the second game that I thought would be for adults, like 18+, and isn't. I should stop talking about drugs while playing Black Myth Wukong. Definitely. No one wants to die except for adults. I checked yesterday. Ah, fuck you. Oh wait, I don't have enough health. Nice. Wait, I have a thing to do. This is ass smacking time. Okay, I deserve that. And I think that one is still better. Can you stop this? That was a well-used use of my abilities. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nope. Nope. Oh. Go dodging, go dodging, go dodging, go dodging, go dodging, go dodging. And boom shakalaka. Wait, that should have worked. Why didn't it work? Ah, fuck you, no. Okay, that was... Oh, I'm so good at this. Shape has its own health bar. Oh no, this is not nice. Ah, boom. Okay, now I just need something to refill my mana and everything will be fine. Even though I never really needed to do that for any boss, but I think I need to do that for this one because he has so much god-fighting defense. That's the trouble with people who are playing on agility and reflexes. Okay, I let this one count. I'm now going to knit here because I don't have the nerves to do it again. But hey, tomorrow we're playing 9 Souls. So close, you were still almost half it. It was a little bit less than half its health. But we were doing pretty well. Except for my fucked up counterattacks. Also, we probably, depends on Morse, we will probably stream Monster Hunter Rise again on Sunday. I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, it kind of depends on Morse, because I'm always streaming with Morse on Sunday. But tomorrow it's definitely 9 Souls. I don't know if we're stuck at an enemy at the moment. The last 5, 6, 7, I forgot. Streams, we were stuck with this godforsaken zombie brother. And we finally beat him last stream, and it was so satisfying. It was so good. I'm so happy. I have no idea. Oh, you have no idea how fucking happy I was. But Wukong is absolutely bullshit in considering to 9 Souls. In terms of difficulty, I mean, both are great games. I'm not going to say that Black Myth Wukong is a bad game. It's an incredible game. I wouldn't play it otherwise. I would already have lost interest if it wouldn't be an incredible game. But yeah. If you at my streams more often, you know what's coming now. My outro. I hope you had fun. For I had fun. Like, I actually had fun. I love Black Myth Wukong. I love talking about my dumb stories. I hope you enjoyed any of that as well. I know one part of the story with just Dean and Kato was perhaps a little bit controversial, but if I ever write it or write again, I have to find a way around that because I'm still convinced that this is probably one of the stories with the highest potential. The one with the highest potential is still Duo, but that doesn't change. And that will never change, because Duo is just an amazing character, and I love Duo. And yeah, we will hopefully see each other tomorrow in 9 Souls. So yeah. I hope to see you in the next stream. Video? Whenever you're watching this. Bye bye.